Okay, good afternoon. Okay, so today is the fourth day of polynomials. Silence, 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 silence. Are देखा था ना अरे देखा था. So today is the fourth day of polynomials, and last week you can remember we finished both factor theorem, remainder theorem, and then even we did a past paper question, the 2013 past paper. So today what we'll be doing, we'll be covering all the remaining small theories and all types of questions, silence, in polynomials, and we'll be doing like 4 or 5 more past paper questions today. So last week I gave you homework. I asked you to do up to question number 16 in page number 4. So I'll do one question to remind things there, and then let's move on to today's question. So I'll do question number 14. In question number 14, they have given that fx, okay, this is equal to 2x to the power 4, silence, ax squared plus bx minus 60. Okay, they have given that this is divided by x minus 1, which means x minus 1 is a factor. And to find the remainder is minus 94 when divided by x minus 3. Okay, so first one is they have given that this is divided by it's ax squared. Yeah, it's divided by x minus 1. So when it is divided by x minus 1, that means that x minus 1 is a factor. X minus 1 is a factor. So if x minus 1 is a factor, from factor theorem, what can we write? From factor theorem, we can say that f1 is equal to 0. x minus 1 factor එකක් වෙනවා නම් අපි දන්නවා factor එකකින් මොකක්ද කියන්න පුළුවන් f1 is equal to 0. f1 becomes 0. And now you can put f1. What is f1? It's 2 into 1 plus a into 1 plus b into 1 minus 60 is equal to 0. Now this gives you 2 plus a plus b minus 60 is equal to 0. So a plus b minus 58 is equal to 0. So I get the first simultaneous equation that a plus b is equal to 58. And the other one they have given when divided by x minus 3, the remainder is minus 94. When divided by x minus 3, the remainder is minus 94. I know when divided by x minus 3, what do we get from remainder theorem? The remainder is f3, which means f3 is equal to minus 94. Clear? Then you can do f3, it's 2 into 3 to the power 4, a into 3 squared, b into 3 minus 60, and this is equal to minus 94. Okay, silence. So 3 to the power 4 is 81, 9a plus 3b minus 60 is equal to minus 94. 2x to the power 4, ax squared bx minus 60 x minus. Okay. Then if you substitute, you get, sorry, when you simplify, you get 162 plus 9a plus 3b minus 60 is equal to minus 94. When I take this to the other side, I get minus 94 when divided by, sorry. X minus 3 is a factor. So x minus 3 is a factor when divided by x minus 1. The remainder is minus 94. Okay, this is minus 94. That should be 0. Okay, which means f1 is equal to minus 94. So when you put f1, it's not 0, it's minus 94. Okay, this is minus 94, which gives me a plus b, and this is equal to minus 94. When you take this to the opposite side, a plus b is equal minus 94 plus 58, which gives you 36. No? Okay, a plus b is minus 36. Got it. So this one, x minus 3 is a factor. It's not the remainder, it's not this, is a factor. So when it is a factor, the factor theorem states when you substitute 3, f3 is equal to 0. Okay, then this becomes 0. Then you get this becomes 0. So here you can see at this stage, like you can simplify this because it is 0. You can see there's something common. 3 is common. So there are 23s, 1 3, 3 3s, and 27 3s. So I have simplified. So then it is much easier. 27 into 2 gives you 54. So this is 3a plus b minus 20. Nice. So then what do I have? 3a plus b, 3a plus b plus 34 is equal to 0, which gives me that 3a plus b is equal to minus 34. Clear. So I got two equations consisting of a and b, and I can see b they came in now. So we can subtract 2 minus 1. You got b in both. 2 minus 1 under, then you get 3a plus b minus a plus b. This gives you minus 34 minus minus 36. 3a plus b minus a minus b is equal to minus 34 plus 36, which gives you 2a is equal to 2, which means a is equal to 1. Okay. So even though you are getting big values like 94, a is equal to 1. Then using the first equation, you can say that a plus b, 1 plus b is equal to minus 36, which gives you that b is equal to minus 37. So I asked you to do this up to question number 16 as homework. And I did question number 14, and I have got that a is equal to 1 and b is equal to minus 37. Okay, hands up who got these two answers? These two answers. Hands up. Hands up who did this homework. Okay, so students who have done homework, like have got the good correct answer. If you're a newcomer, that is okay. But if you are a regular student in the class and you are not doing the first ever homework that I have given, it really matters. If you are a new student, that is totally okay. You don't know the homework. But if you are a regular student who were present last week and you haven't done the homework, this is like the very first homework I gave you properly. Okay. So I won't be giving time to write this down. So do this. So you have done up to question number 16. So now I need an additional part. So you have done up to question number 16. Then write it this way, tut question number 14. And then write this question, like there is an additional question that I'll be giving to this. So everyone write this, tut. If you're a newcomer, you can write either in a rough paper or from starting from behind, because I'll tell them what to do. They are newcomers, I'll tell them what to do at the end of the class. So everyone, even though you're a newcomer, just write down what we are doing today. I'll explain what we can do. That's totally okay. I'll explain what you can do, you should do. Okay, write this table and question number 14, then write this. For this A and B values, write this for this A and B values. For this A and B values, find the remainder. Find the remainder. Find the remainder when fx is divided by x squared plus 1. Try this for this A and B values. Find the remainder when fx is divided by x squared plus 1. Okay, I'll give you like 2-3 minutes. Think of a way that how you can do this. For this A, B values, fx is divided by x squared plus 1. And what will be the remainder? What will be the remainder? අලුතෙන් ආපය දැන් පොඩ්ඩක් මේක නිකන් ලියා ගන්න පාඩම තේරෙන විදිහක් නෑ. You can't understand because it's like the fourth day, no? But there are certain factors that you can understand. ඒවා බලන්න ඒවා try එකක් දෙන්න ඒවා තේරුම් ගන්න. Okay, so we got A is 1 and B is minus 37. So I'm asking you the remainder when this is divided by x squared plus 1. The remainder when this is divided by x squared plus 1. I'm asking the remainder when this is divided by x squared plus 1. No. Okay, we can now listen this. Okay, one focus. Okay. Now tell me what is factor theorem. Okay, tell me this side. What is factor theorem? Newcomers log in. What is factor theorem? What is factor theorem? When x minus a is a O-level maths name, what is factor theorem? When x minus a is a factor of fx, fa equals 0. So what is the factor when x minus a? So when x minus a is a factor, fx is equal to 0. Okay, what is remainder theorem? When fx is divided by x minus a, the remainder is fa. So here you said that the factor is x minus a. And the remainder theorem says when divided by x minus a. So now it is clear both the factor theorem and remainder theorem, we were talking about dividing from these linear factors. Linear factors. Degree one we were talking about linear factors. So in both the factor theorem and remainder theorem, we were working about when x minus 1 is a factor, x plus 2 is a factor, 2x minus 1 is a factor. Even in remainder theorem, factor theorem, we were working with x minus 1, x plus 2, 2x minus 1. Meva factors with the. So keep in mind, in both factor theorem and remainder theorem, we are only working with linear factors or linear divisors. ඒ කියන්නේ degree එක එක වෙච්ච කට්ටියත් එක්ක විතරයි අපි ඒක වැඩ කරන්නේ. So here the degree is 2. I gave a name for these kind of factors. What is the name? I gave a name for these kind of factors. Degree is 2. What is the name here? Quadratic factor. Good. So this is a quadratic factor. So first thing, when it is not a linear factor or divisor, then you can't apply factor theorem or remainder theorem. So that is the number one thing. Factor or divisor. When divided by x squared plus 1, they're asking the remainder. We can't put the remainder theorem. Because remainder theorem is working with linear factors or divisors. Clear? So that is the number one thing. Okay, write in a red pen, put a red star mark and write in a red pen. I'll talk to the newcomers separately for now. Just note down what I'm telling. Okay, write this. Both the factor theorem and the remainder theorem, both the factor theorem and the remainder theorem can be applied only if the divisor or factor is linear. Okay. So here we got x squared plus 1 which is a quadratic. දැන් අපිට දාන්න බෑ factor theorem remainder theorem. So think from the basics. What is the question? They're asking me when fx is divided by this one, find the remainder. So why does remainder theorem or factor theorem comes to your mind? Because you have learnt about this and then throughout this lesson, you were doing factor theorem and remainder theorem. Again, මේ lesson එකේ දිගටම කරේ factor theorem remainder theorem. ඒක නිසානේ මම මේකේ remainder theorem හිතුවේ. But think like you don't know remainder theorem. Think you don't know remainder or remainder theorem එක දන්නේ නැහැ. Then if I'm asking a question, what is the remainder if this one is divided by this? You don't know remainder theorem. What will you do? You will you will divide it simply. So they ask in a remainder. Like let's assume that you don't know the remainder theorem. What do? Then you will use this long division and divide this. So that is simple thing from the basics. So every time like theorems make things easy. අපි theorems කියලා වැඩේ ලේසි කරනවා. But if you can't apply a theorem, if you can't think of a theorem, every time think from the basics, from the fundamentals, which means you can easily take the remainder if you divide this by this. I divide it by x squared plus 1. So long division, something that we know. 2x4 divided by x squared is 2x squared. When you multiply, it's 2x to the power 4 plus x squared, 2x squared. Okay, this one, these two cancel off. 1 minus 2 is minus x squared. Minus 3x minus 60. A minus x squared divided by x squared is minus 1. Minus x squared minus 1. 37. Okay, so when you subtract these two, these cancel off. There's no one to get subtracted by minus 37. It directly comes down. It's minus 37x minus 60 minus minus 1. Minus 60 minus minus 1 is plus 1, which gives you minus 59. Okay, so this is what you get. You are getting an ugly remainder. But never mind, that is the answer. So what is the remainder? You have to stop the long division. Here it's minus 37x minus 59. Okay, so remainder here is minus 37x minus 59. You have to terminate the remainder, the division here, because here the degree is 1 and here the degree is 2. So when the degree of the remainder is less than the degree of the divisor, you know that you have to terminate long division. Okay, clear. Okay, so do this, complete the work and start 2018 A-levels question. So if you have done this properly, good. Now start the 2018 A-levels question. I'll give some time and I'll explain it. And when I'm doing the next past paper question, I need answers from the entire class. Do 2018. So put the past paper year and the question number. Put the year and question number. So 2018 A-levels. Question number 22. Okay, do this. I'll give some time and I'll start the question. 2018. Same thing that you have to apply factor theorem and remainder theorem. Okay, so I'll explain this because what matters is the next question that we will be doing. In that one, I need the entire class to get answers. Okay, let me go. So here, what does the question says? They have given that fx is equal to this. Fx is equal to x cube 4x squared plus cx plus d. So they have given when divided by x plus c, the remainder is minus c cubed. So they are talking about that when we divide this by x plus c, what is the remainder? It's minus c cube. So this is a past paper question. So you know when we were doing questions in the tute, we got these answers like fractional answers. When we were simplifying some of these simultaneous equations, we got these fractional answers. No? Every answer was not a proper integer. No? Can remember? Answers. But in A-levels, it's very rare that you get these ugly answers. එම කැත fractional answers එන්නේ නැහැ. In A levels mostly you get integral values. Integers තමයි answers වලට එන්නේ. So when the question says that the remainder is minus c cube, there is a reason why they have given this remainder. නිකන් හිතන්නකො කෙනෙක්ට හිතනවාද කියලා ප්‍රශ්නයක් හදන්න when divided by x plus c the remainder is මේ වගේ කැත remainder එකක් දාන්න හිතනවාද? minus c cube. c cube බවුලක් නැහැ කියන්නේ minus c cube. එහෙම හිතෙන්නේ නැහැ. So there's a reason. Like always keep in mind if the data is something weird or something unusual, there is a reason but they have given it. So I'll show you the reason. We know that x plus c when divided by x plus c, what does the remainder theorem says? It says that the remainder is f minus c, it's equal to minus c cube. And now, what is f minus c? You need to substitute minus c. Okay, it's minus c cube plus 4 into minus c squared, c into minus c plus d is equal to minus c cube. Okay, what is this? Look at this. If I ask you to find the value of minus 2 cube, tell me what is the value of minus 2 cube? It's minus 8. No? So how did minus 8 comes? The cube of a minus 1 is minus. No? So it's minus 2 cube. A 2 cube is 8, then we got minus 8. Clear? So in that case, when we simplify minus c cube, tell me what is the answer that we should get. This is equal to minus c cube. Clear? So this is equal to minus c cube. Clear? Okay, so here it's 4c squared. C into minus c is minus c squared plus d is equal to minus c cube. Now you should realize what is the reason that they have given this unusual remainder, because this minus c cube and this cancel off. Clear? So that is the reason. So every time when they give an unusual weird data, that is for the convenient of simplification. That is to make your simplification comfortable. Okay, so now what we have one simultaneous equation 3c squared plus d is equal to 0. So this is your first one. Harmehan, I know this simultaneous equation is bit unusual for you. What about make it normal? Ne? But if this equation was 3c plus d equals 0, that is normal, no? Because even in O levels you had these one. So this is something like 3c squared plus d. Come on, just keep it in that way. And then write the next data. What is the next data? They have given that x minus c is a factor. X minus c is a factor. When x minus c is a factor, what can you say? By factor theorem, you can say that fc is equal to 0. What is fc? You have to substitute fc. C cube 4c squared c into c plus d is equal to 0. Which means c cube 4c squared c squared plus d is equal to 0. I get another simultaneous equation c cube 5c squared plus d is equal to 0. Clear? So I get two simultaneous equations. I admit these simultaneous equations you are seeing for the first time. මේ වගේ simultaneous equations ඔයා දකින්නේ පළවෙනි වතාවට. I admit that. But මේකේ c cube c squared ඔක්කොම අමතක කරන්නකෝ. Forget about this c cube and c squared. When you have two normal simultaneous equations and you have d here and you have d here, tell me what do you normally do? ඔයාට නිකන් මේක simultaneous equations දෙකක් තියෙද්දි when you have d here and d here, what do you normally do? You subtract these two, no? You subtract this from this. Do the same. කළා බලන්න මොකද වෙන්නේ කියලා. Take the value, just do it and then see what happens. So you can write these two using factor theorem and remainder theorem and then do the subtraction. I admit this is a bit unusual simultaneous equation, that is okay. Just do when you have a simultaneous equation with d, what do you normally do? Do that. Kal balanako and see what happens. So getting these two equations are normal. Make avilla තියෙන්න ඕනේ හැමෝටම. It's simply factor theorem and remainder theorem. Okay, when you subtract the first one from the second one, 2 minus 1, it's c cube 5c squared plus d minus 3c squared plus d is equal to 0. C cube 5c squared plus d minus c squared minus d is equal to 0. Now it is clear, d cancel off. And then you have an equation consisting of c. You have an equation consisting of c. You got c cube plus 5 minus 3 is 2, c squared is equal to 0. So this is the reason that we have done these kinds of simplifications. So whatever the simplification you require here, I have done it before. Can you remember what did I told you? What did I tell you? When you have to simplify, when you have to solve this value, when you have to solve this equation, I told you to completely factorize and write as a product. When you have to when you have to solve an equation, first factorize it and write it as a product. So here, what is the common out of c cube and c squared? C squared is common. You can take c squared out. You get c plus 2. So when you have a product is equal to 0, when you have a product is equal to 0, okay, what do you have? It's you can say that c squared is equal to 0 or c plus 2 is equal to 0. So when there's a product equal to 0, you can say that c squared is equal to 0. Ekko make binduwai. And then you are getting c is equal to minus 2. And from here, you are getting another answer that c is equal to 0. Now there is another thing that you are getting two answers. One answer is c equals minus 2. And the other answer you get is c is equal to 0. But look at the question. How does the question start? C is not equal to 0. So you get two answers. Or uttara dega kenawa. But they have given that c is not equal to 0. Means you can't accept this. You can't take that answer. Clear? You can't take that answer. Only answer is c equals minus 2. The only answer is c equals minus 2 because this answer you can't take it. Clear? So each and every step we have discussed before. This one I told you when we were doing this solving equations using factor theorem. I explained how to do this. So I factorize it and make each term equal to 0. And then you can find d from equation number 1. 3c squared is minus 2 squared plus d is equal to 0. I get 12 plus d is equal to 0. D is equal to minus 12. So what is the answer that I got? D is equal minus 12. Okay. So for these CD values, find the remainder when divided by x squared minus 4. Then we can discuss karupega. For these C and D, find the remainder when fx is divided by x squared minus 4. Remainder when x squared fx is divided by x squared minus 4. But make a what I matters is the next one. I need the entire class to get answers in the next one. Okay, so now fx is equal to, put this c and d values, fx is equal to x cube, 4x squared. What is c? It's minus 2x. What is d? It's minus 12. Okay, now use the long division because it's not a linear divisor. No? Same thing that what I explained before, we have to divide by x squared minus 4 because this is not a linear one. And now divide this, x cube divided by x squared is x. So when you multiply, it's x cube minus 4x. So here, there's no one to get subtracted with 4x squared. It directly comes down. Minus 2x minus 4x is plus 4. Minus 2 plus 4 is plus 2x minus 12. 4x squared divided by x squared is 4. It's 4. When you multiply, it's 4x squared minus 16. Which gives you 2x directly comes down. No one to get subtracted. Minus 12 minus 16 is plus 16. Minus 12 plus 16 is 4. So what is the question they asking? Find the remainder. So the remainder is 2x plus 4. Clear? Okay, remainder is 2x plus 4. Okay, complete this and do the next one, 2019. I need the entire class to get correct answers in that one. ඒකෙන් ඕනේ මුළු පන්තියටම. Not 1, 2, 3. Everyone should get answers. Start 2019. If you didn't get the answer, don't copy paste the board unless you are a newcomer. You won't learn when you copy paste the board. Step එක බල ලියලා you won't learn. If you didn't get the answer, get the help of the board, figure out where did you go wrong and do it alone. First one, when do they have given that x minus c is a factor? Okay, consider x minus c is a factor. X minus c is a factor, which means fc is equal to 0. Fc is equal to 0. So when you consider fc, it's c cube plus 2c squared minus dc plus cd is equal to 0. Here you can see easily this minus dc and plus d cancel off. So then I'm coming with the same one where I got previously. You have to factorize it. C cube taken out. This is equal to 0. So then c squared is equal to 0 or c plus 2 is equal to 0. Then I got two answers. C is equal to 0 or c is equal to minus 2. But you can see they have given in the question that c and d are non-zero real numbers. Non-zero, which means c can't be equal to 0. So c is not equal to 0. Okay. Answer because c equals minus 2. You got it, no? Good. The other data is when divided by x minus d, the remainder is cd. So it's a weird remainder, which means there is a reason that why they have given it. An unusual remainder. And then you can write remainder when divided by x minus d, it's cd. But I know when I divide by x minus d, then normally the remainder is fd, which gives you that fd is equal to cd. Okay, now substitute x equals d here. It's d cube plus 2 times d squared minus d into d plus cd is equal to cd. So that's why I told you, if they give an unusual remainder, that is for your own convenience. So now the simplification is much easier. cd cancel off. I have d cube plus 2d squared minus d squared is equal to 0. Okay. So d square is common. You got d plus 1. And I get two answers, that d squared is equal to 0 or d plus 1 is equal to 0. Same thing, even they have given that d is even a non-zero one, which means you can't accept this answer. D non-zero kila dila thina. You can't take this answer. It's d is not equal to 0. Okay. Hands up who got c equals minus 2 and minus 1, d equals minus 1. Good. The last one is a remainder. Same thing, same drilla. Same question, identical question, only the values are different. And now what is fx? What is fx? It's x cube 2x squared minus d is minus 1 and cd is minus 2 minus 1. When you simplify this, it's fx x cube 2x squared plus x plus 2. Now you have to find the remainder when divided by x plus 2 squared. Can I divide it? 2x squared plus x plus 2. Now tell me, remember, if I put x plus 2 squared here as the divisor, can I divide? Can or can't? You can't divide. What's the leading term here? මෙහෙම තිබ්බම leading term එකක් පේනවද? නැහැ. then මෙහෙම තිබ්බහම when you multiply, whom are you supposed to multiply? You can't keep this in this way. So when you are dividing by this one, you have to expand it and keep it. It's x squared plus 4x plus 4. You have to expand and then keep it. අර මෙහෙම තිබ්බට you can't divide it. The divisor should be simplified. Any divisor should be simplified. Huh? Okay, so here when you divide this, x cubed divided by x squared is x. When you multiply, it's x cubed 4x squared plus 4x. Now x cubed 4x squared plus 4x. Okay, these two cancel off. 2x squared minus 4x squared. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. X minus 4 is minus 3x plus 2. And when you divide this by this, it's minus 2. Okay, multiply minus 2x squared minus 8x minus 8, which gives you the answer minus 3 minus minus 8 is plus 8. Minus 3 plus 8 is plus 5. 2 minus minus 8 is 2 plus 8, which is 10. Okay, then you can write the remainder is 5x plus 10. Same question, identical question, 2018 and 19. So this is the reason why I told you why I selected to do polynomials before the first two lessons, because the syllabus starts from numbers. That is what we're going to start as the next lesson. And then the other one is functions. But before moving on to those lessons, why did I start this? Is to give you a confidence about the subject. Because you are doing the questions that have come under your syllabus, 2018, 19, and the next one will be the latest question that you are going to do, 2024. So when you do these questions, you get a confidence about the subject. Okay, I'm doing questions that comes to our A-level paper in our A-level standard. We will be doing questions even higher than the A-level standard. But first you have to have this confidence that I can do these questions. අපි වත A-level වලට එන්නේ. A-level අමාරු කිව්වට දැන් කියනවා A-level lazy නේ කියලා. This is only one question. Only one lesson and one question. But it gives you like මේ වගේ question එක gives you around 60 marks. 50, 60 marks වගේ දෙනවා in the pure maths paper. Not out of 100, out of 1000. Pure math. I told that no, in pure maths we get 1000 marks. So this question gives you like 60. එහෙම තමයි collect කරගන්නේ. පොඩ ප්‍රශ්න collect කරගන්නේ. සමහර lessons තියෙනවා in 2026 we finish equilibrium in the 2026 class. So we did that lesson for 4 weeks, but the question is only 25 marks out of 1000. So that is how we collect marks. So we get more than 2 years to collect these 2000 marks. There are. So if you can do this, that gives you the confidence. Good, if you got answers, good. Start the 2024 question, the latest one. If you have any brothers, sisters, cousins who did A-levels in 2024, you can tell them. අපි ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ අවුරුද්ද ප්‍රශ්න කරා. To 2024. Read the question and do it. I'll give you time. I need you to get these values of P and Q. Silence. කතා නවත්තන්න තනියෙන් කරන්න. Everyone should get the values of P and Q. Silence. ඔය පොඩි කතා නවත්තන්න තනියෙන් වැඩ කරන්නකෝ. When students are working, තනියෙන් කරද්දි කරන්න. Try. Read the question properly and extract the data properly. They are talking about a remainder difference. Read the question properly and try to understand what they are telling. They haven't given the remainder directly. They are talking about a remainder difference. When divided by x minus 2, the remainder is 36 more than the remainder when divided by x minus 1. Okay, so what is the data that they have given? The remainder when fx is divided by x minus 2 is 36 more than the remainder when fx is divided by x minus 1. So what I know that when I divide this by x minus 2, I know that the remainder is f2, and when I divide this by x minus 1, I know that the remainder is f1. So that is clear. So what they have given is this remainder is 36 more than this remainder. No? Can I make the remainder එක මෙයාට වඩා 36ක් වැඩි. So when we are talking about that this remainder is 36 more than this one, it is about the difference, no? It's about the difference. So how can you write it in a mathematical way? So that is given in an English sentence. How can you write it in a mathematical way? This remainder f2 minus f1 is equal to 36. This is 36 more than this. Clear? So this is how you convert that English phrase into a mathematical equation. And now write what is f2? 2 cube plus p into 2 squared, q into 2 plus p minus 1 cube p into 1 q into 1 plus p is equal to 36. Okay, is equal to 36. So what I can have here, then it is 8 plus 4p 2q plus p minus 1 plus p plus q plus p is equal to 36. Simplify 8 plus 4p, 4p plus p is 5p, minus 1, p plus p is 2p minus 2p minus q, which gives you 5p minus 2p is 3p, 2q minus q is equal, if you take this is 7, 8 minus 1 is 7, if you take 7 to the opposite side is minus 7, which gives you the answer. First equation, it's 3p plus q is equal to 29. So I get the first thing that 3p plus q is equal to, okay. Okay, hands up who got this equation, 3p plus q is 29. Okay. So you have to understood that what they have given and write it in a mathematical way. English and දීලා තියෙන එක, you have to write it in a mathematical way. Okay, next one is x plus 1 is a factor, no? X plus 1 is a factor. Okay, x plus 1 is a factor, which means f minus 1 is equal to 0, which means f minus 1 is equal to 0. When f minus 1 is equal to 0, minus 1 cube plus p into minus 1 squared q into minus 1 plus p is equal to 0. I'm getting another equation. Minus 1 plus p minus q plus p is equal to 0, which gives you 2p minus q is equal to 1. So two simultaneous equations, solve it and find pq and then factorize fx. Then factorize fx. Okay, you can see a plus q and minus q are 3p plus q plus 2p minus q is equal 29 plus 1. So that's why I told you when it is a past paper, you get proper value. Mostly you get proper values. Very rarely you get a fractional value in past papers. Okay, so 1 is p is equal to 6. And when you substitute it in 2, 2 into p is 6 minus q is equal to 1. 12 minus q is equal to 1. So Q is equal to 12 minus 1, which means Q is equal to 11. Okay, so I get P is equal to 6 and Q is equal to 11. Okay, now do the factorization alone. Okay, so how to completely factorize this? Silence. No, do the factorization alone. So now what is fx? It's x cube 6x squared plus 11x plus 6. Okay. So I know that x plus 1 is a factor. When you have one factor, you can take the other one. It's x squared, x and a constant. This is 1 clear, which gives you plus 6 is plus 1 into 6. And you have x squared is 6. So far you have 1. So you need 5 more plus 5, which makes this the coefficient plus 5. So if you have done this properly, you have come up to here, the complete factorization of fx. This one can be factorized as x plus 2, x plus 3. Clear? This one can be factorized as x plus 1, and the quadratic is x plus 2, x plus 3. Okay, hands up who got this factorization, x plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. Good. Okay, then think how to solve the next equation. They have given that fx is equal to 3 times x plus 2. I'll give you like 2-3 minutes. And I need you to solve this. I'm expecting two kinds of answers. So I need everyone to do this as they see it. or දන්න විදිහට කරන්න. වැරදුනට අවුලක් නෑ. or දන්න විදිහට මෙච්චර කල් ගණන් හදපු විදිහට කරන්න. Don't look at your friend's book and do it. So I need everyone to solve this. Now we have an equation. How to solve this equation? I'm repeating, don't copy paste the board. If you are a newcomer, you can do that. නැත්නම් ලියන්න එපා. මම ආසත් නෑ ඒක. පේන්න කරන්න එපා. So simplify this. Okay. So normally when I ask you to do this, I see two kinds of simplification. This is not the first method or second method, but I'm just writing two ways that you do this. One way is this x plus 1. I need everyone to do this as you wish. X plus 2, x plus 3 is equal to 3 times x plus 2. Okay, so you can see x plus 2 is common in both sides. So you can cancel off x plus 2. Then you get x plus 1. X plus 3 is equal to 3. Okay, so when you simplify the left hand side, it's x squared plus 4x plus 3 is equal to 3. Again, 3 cancel off, and if you take x out, it's x into x plus 4 equals 0. If a product is equal to 0, you can say x is equal to 0 or x plus 4 is equal to 0. So if you can remember, what did I tell you? When you are supposed to solve an equation, somehow convert it into a product such that the other side is 0. So that is what I have done. So when I come to a place like this, I can say that either this one is equal to 0 or this one is equal to 0. Clear? Okay. Hands up who got these two answers, x equals 4 and x equals minus 4. Good. So what is the other method I notice? So some students, we have this x plus 1, x plus 2. Now listen this clearly. Is equal to 3 times x plus 2. So what they do is, they know when solving equations, one side should be 0. When we are solving an equation, one side should be 0. So if you take this to this side, Nidina, if you take this to this side, you get x plus 1, x plus 2, x plus 3 minus 3 times x plus 2 is equal to 0. So this is what you get. And then you can see x plus 2 common. You can see x plus 2 common. Then you take it out. And here what is remaining? X plus 1, x plus 3. Here the minus 3 is remaining. Now when you simplify this, make a simplify color. You get x squared plus 3x plus x is 4x plus 3 minus 3. This cancel off. You get x plus 2, x squared plus 4x is equal to 0. Again, there is a common term in this one. It's x. So x plus 2, when you take out that x, it's x plus 4 is equal to 0. So I told you when a product is equal to 0, you can consider each term is equal to 0. මේ දෙන්නෙක් විතරක් නෙමෙයි හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ දෙන්නෙක්ගේ product එකක් තිබ්බොත් විතරයි කරන්න පුළුවන් එහෙම එකක් නැහැ. Let's say you are having all the entire alphabet. No, if A into B, okay, now tell me, if A into B is equal to 0, what can you say? What can you say? A equals 0 or B equals 0. So if you have A into B into C, now what can you say? මොකද කියන්න පුළුවන්? A equals 0, B equals 0, C equals 0. Clear? So like දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්න ඕනි කියන එකක් නැහැ. මුළු alphabet එකම තිබ්බා කියන්නකෝ A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O P Q ඔහොම තිබ්බා කියන්නකෝ. So then you can write 26 equations. A is equal to 0, B is equal to 0, C is equal to 0. Clear? Okay. කම්මැලි කම යන මට alphabet එකේ ගණන් කරලා කියන්න. alphabet එකේ අකුරු 26න් අකුරු කීයක pronounce කරද්දි මේ lips දෙක එකට touch වෙනවද කියලා. කියන්නකෝ. Do it. කම්මැලි නැත්නම් කම්මැලි ඕගොල්ලෝ කම්මැලි. In the alphabet, how many letters are there? When you are pronouncing that letter, the two lips, the upper lip and lower lip touch each other. Count. බලන්න කීයක් කියලා. කීයක් ආවද? How much? තාම නැහැ. How much? Who got 3? Who got 3? The මහාන මොනවද කියලා? Who got 4? Who got 5? අනිත් අය මොනවද? It's 4. Huh? The letters that get the two lips get touched is B, M, P and W. B, M, P and W. F again, F නෙමෙයි. It's F. So යාර උඩ දත් ටික තමයි වදින්නේ යට මේකේ F. Okay. Okay, we're done. Okay, now here when we have 3. Okay, look at this. කෙලින් කතා නැහැ. ඔය ගිලා බහැලා ඉන්න බා. කෙලින් ඉන්න. මොකද උසර ඉන්නේ. Okay, so here so we have 3, you know. Listen, silence. Okay. So then you can write x plus 2 equals 0 or x equals 0 or x plus 4 equals 0. So then you have 3 answers. X equals 0, x equals minus 4. That is clear. That is common as the first method. But you are getting an additional answer of x equals minus 2. Now if you go in this method, you get an additional answer of x equals minus 2. Anyone who did in this way? No one. Okay, so okay, one is there. So like most of the students have done in this way. So they get 2 answers. But if you do in this way, you get 3 answers. So there should be a reason. There should be a reason. නිකන් අපිට කියන්න බෑ නා, okay, if this method only 2 answers, if this method 3 answers. You can't tell in that way. Okay, now do this. Like turn the last page of the tute. You can see a blank space called notes. Now simplify this equation in a way that you normally do this. Simplify this equation. Don't change. යාළුවා දිහා බලන්න එපා. Do it alone. The last page in the tute, you can find back in a කියලා යන්න එපා. There's a proper notes කියලා blank page එකක් තියෙනවා. So AB is equal to A. I need you to simplify this. Okay. So mostly what we do is you cancel this A and you tell me that the answer is B equals 1. Okay. Okay. Hands up who got this one? Good. And another way that you can do in the හොඳ රහන් ඉන්න මේ කතා පොඩි පොඩි කතා තියෙන්න බෑ. You take out A, it's B minus 1 is equal to 0, then A equals 0 or B minus 1 equals 0. Then it is clear you get this answer that B is equal to 1. අර කලින් ආපු answer එකම එනවා. But every time when you do this, you are getting an extra answer. No. මේ පොඩි එකක් නේ. Forget about this one. මේ පොඩි එකක් නේ. Even in this one, if you do this in this way, you only getting one answer. But if you do in this way, every time you are getting an additional answer. So there should be a reason. So we feel that this is something හරි මෙහෙම කරොත් දෙකක් එනවා අරම කරොත් එකක් එනවා අවුලක් නැහැ මට දෙකක් ඇති තුනක් ඕනේ නැහැ. We feel this in that way. But keep in mind there is a huge mathematical concept behind this. There's a huge mathematical concept behind this. මේක mathematical concept එකම තමයි මෙන්න මේක පිටිපස්සෙත් තියෙන්නේ. මොකද දන්නවද? 0 is equal to 0. Do you agree or not? පිළිගන්නවද? 0 is equal to 0. This 0 I'm writing as 16 minus 16. This 0 I'm writing as 12 minus 12. Agree or not? Agree. Because 16 minus 16 is even 0. 12 minus 12 is even 0. Agree නැත්නම් කියන්නේ නැහැ. So I do not agree. Okay, so this 16 I'm writing as 4 into 4. And this 16 I'm writing as 4 into 4. The 12 I'm writing as 4 into 3. The 12 I'm writing as 4 into 3. I can see a 4 common here. So it's 4 minus 4. I can see a 3 common here. So it's 4 minus 4. So this part you agree, 16 has been written in this way. This one, it's just simply taking out the common term. What happens? 4 minus 4 cancel off. And I'm getting that 4 is equal to 3. So same mathematical concept is behind this. If you look at this, you might say, you can't find the mathematical error here. Some like 1, 2 may be able to find this. This is wrong. No, 4 is not equal to 3. No, අපිට හිතන්න පුළුවන් 4 equals 3 හරි වෙන්නේ නැති වෙන මොන හරි අපි දන්නේ නැතුනට 4 might be equal to 3 කියලා. You might be okay, that is okay. If I write it this as 20 minus 20, this becomes 5. දාරකන මොන හරි හිතන්නකො කමන්නේ 4 3 ඇති එක වගේ තමයි shape වගේ. Then 4 is even equal to 5. And when we write 24 minus 24, you get 4 is equal to 6. But if I ask you what is the mathematical error here, you won't be able to find it. Not හොයන්න බෑ ඒක. This one you agreed. This one you agreed. This one you agreed. This is taken out. Took 4 out of these two. Took 5 out of these two. You agreed. And then I have these two are similar, so I have cancelled these two. And then I get 4 is equal to 5. But this is, this is wrong. So now I'll explain this, why this is wrong. Okay, why this is wrong? So this is a huge concept. Okay, listen this properly. Pay attention. So this side is done. We'll come back to here. Back straight. PBR ke waginne pa. Okay. Clear. Good. Here is the same. Now I'm taking a small example. I'm starting from a small example. 4, I'm dividing 4 by 2. 4 by 2. It's equal to, it's equal to 2. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I have biscuits. And this is the number of biscuits I got. Maga biscuit here. Number of biscuits I got. And there is a queue of students. Biscuit ganna balagena. So number of students. So I equally divide the biscuits among the students. And this is the number of biscuits that one student get. Okay. මම මෙහෙම එකක් කරනවා I'm placing someone outside the door. එක්කෙනෙක් එළියෙන් තියනවා. දැන් මෙතන පොලිමක් ඉන්නවා ළමයි බිස්කට් ගන්න. මං ගාව තියෙන බිස්කට් amount එක මං equally distribute කරනවා. කළා ළමයි බිස්කට් අරගෙන එළියට යනවා. එළියට යද්දී අර එළියින් එක්කෙනාගේ job එක the job of the one who is outside he will be asking how many biscuits you got. එයාගේ job එක. How many biscuits? එන එක්කෙනාගෙන් අහනවා how many biscuits did you get? How many biscuits did you get? That is his job. And his answer I'll be putting in this red one. එයාගේ ආන්සර් එක මම දානවා මෙන්න මේ red box එකේ. මම මේ එන පොඩ්ඩක් complex මේක කියන්නේ ලේසින් මේ අnder මේක තේරුම් කරවන්න යන්නේ හරියට අහගින්ද. So inside the box I'm putting the answer that the person outside gets. Okay, then if I write 15 over 3, I know it's 5. So what is 5? Or එළියෙන් එක්කෙනාට එන answer එක එළියට ළමයෙක්ගෙදී අර යන how many biscuits did you get? I got 5 biscuits. Clear? Okay, now what happens if I don't have biscuits, but there is one student to take a biscuit? I don't have biscuits. මම ළමයෙක් ඉන්නවා. මම අහන biscuit ඕනේද? Oh, no biscuit නැහැ. I don't have biscuits. Okay. So I know when he goes out, එතකොට biscuit උත් නැහැ. මෙතනත් නෝන්ඩිලා එළියටත් යනවා. අරුත් අහන biscuit කීයක් හම්බුණාද කියලා. The person outside is asking how many biscuits did you get? Then he will be answering I didn't get any biscuit. So I didn't get any biscuit. What is the numerical value of that? It's 0. Okay, so here I told you what do we put inside this box? It's the answer the person outside got. එළියින් එක්කෙනාට හම්බෙච්ච answer එක. It's 0. So the answer will be I didn't get any biscuit. එයා කියන්නේ නැහැ I got 0 biscuits කියලා. එහෙම කියන්නේ නැහැ නේ. පර්ස් එකේ සල්ලි කීයක් තියෙනවද? රුපියල් 0යි. Again, we say I don't have money. Okay, but numerically it's 0. Okay, so here the answer is 0. Okay, same thing then දෙන්නෙක් ඉන්නවා දෙන්නෙක්ට කින්ඩිය දානවා 0 divided by 2. When 0 is divided by 2, biscuit ඕනේද? Oh, biscuit නෑනේ. So they don't get any biscuits. So when they go out, what will the answer the person outside get? Same one. I didn't get any biscuits, which means the number is 0. Okay, so now this gives you understanding that 0 divided by 1 is 0. 0 divided by 2 is 0. Okay, here comes the thing. I have one biscuit with me, but there is no one to take that biscuit. Okay. Okay. I have one biscuit with me, but there's no one to take the biscuit. So what should we put in this red box? Is the answer the person outside gets? No. එළින් එක්කෙනාට හම්බෙන answer කෙනේ අපි මෙතන දැම්මේ. Okay, be honest and hands up if you have learnt this concept in a physics class, or maybe you have gone to the maths class, that's okay. Be honest and hands up if you have learnt about this concept. First answer if you have learned about this concept in a physics class. No one. Okay. I asked the question because normally in physics, so physics are done by maths and bio students. No? So every physics tutor, they do a section called basic mathematical concepts. I don't know whether they have started it yet, but normally they do it. But that is not for you, either. That is for bio students. They are doing this basic mathematical concepts for bio students. So some of the physics tutors say, but that is not wrong. There's a reason behind that. Okay, I need to say that like if a physics tutor say 1 over 0, they call it as something like infinity. There is a reason. I'll tell you why we are telling it infinity. But this is mathematically wrong. But again, infinity කිව්වහම what comes to your mind? Not a band. What comes to your mind? Infinity. A small number or a huge number? Huge number. No, so infinity is something like we can't even imagine about that. It's so huge, infinity. So let's assume that, okay, now tell me, I told you, silence, I have one biscuit and there are no students. So the number that we have to put inside this red box is the answer the person outside got. No. But the person outside, does he get any answer? එයාට උත්තරයක් හම්බෙනවද? උත්තරය අහන්න කෙනෙක් නැහැ. So he don't get an answer. So don't misunderstand. Didn't get an answer is not 0. 0 කියලා කියන්නේ clearly කියනවා I didn't get any biscuits. I got 0 biscuits. That is 0. But he didn't get an answer. ඒ answer එක දෙන්නෙක් කෙනෙක් එළියට එන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ answer එක දෙන්නෙක් කෙනෙක් එළියට එන්නේ නැහැ. Okay, now just think. I'll just take out this infinity. So now what we have to put here is the answer the person got. What is the answer the person got? But he didn't get an answer. So there should be something that I should write here. ලියන්න බෑ මොන හරි එකක්. But he didn't get an answer. The person also didn't get the answer. මට ලියන්න පුළුවන්ද answer එක හම්බුනේ නැහැ කියලා. කවුරුත් එළියට ආවේ නැහැ කියලා. No, I can't write in that way. So do you feel there's something that is not sensing in this situation? We have to put an answer given by a student that how many biscuits the student got. But that person in this case didn't get an answer. Because of that reason, in maths, dividing by 0 is not defined. Dividing by 0, it's not defined in maths. Because of that reason, because the person who is outside, he doesn't get an answer. That is not 0. That is not 0. You don't get an answer means it's not 0. 0 neme. So because of this one, there's something that doesn't sense. Because of that, we say the division by 0 is not defined in maths. Maths වල කවදාකවත් බිඳුවෙන් බෙදන්නේ නැහැ. බෙදන්න බෑ. It's wrong. But I'll tell this fact because maybe you might meet it in physics. Some say that 1 over 0 is equal to infinity. ඒක වැරදි. මේ example එකෙන් බලන්නකෝ. So according to this, the person who was outside got an answer like infinity. How many biscuits did you get? I got an infinite number of biscuits. ඒ answer එක දෙන්නත් එළියට එක්කෙනෙක් එන්නේ නැහැ නේද? ඒතර හොල්මනක් ඇවිල්ලාද කියන්නේ I got infinite number of biscuits කියලා. So this is wrong. But why do in physics we say that 1 over 0 is infinity. Maths වල අපි තව අවුරුද්දකින් විතර we are learning a lesson called limits, a nice lesson. In that one, we say that 1 over 0 is not equal to infinity. It goes to infinity. ඒක නිකන් අර infinity වලට යනවා වගේ කතාවක්. So that is the reason why they say it's infinity. But if someone writes that 1 over 0 is infinity, that is wrong. Dividing by 0 is not defined in maths. So that is the thing. You can't divide it by 0. You can't divide anything by 0 in maths. Because if you do this, you get non-defined results. Okay, now tell me, if you have 2 divided by 0, then what is the answer? I don't care who is in the numerator. What can't I do? I can't divide by 0. So 2 divide by 0, it is not defined. It is not defined. Okay, now tell me, what is 0 divided by 0? What is 0 divided by 0? Tell me. Not defined. Any other answers? 0 divided by 0. But we went to a May. I don't know whether they have that quiz now. So normally when we do A-levels, science quizzes, so science quizzes is quite normal, but maths quizzes are really rare. Back then when I was doing A-levels, there was only one school was hosting a maths quiz. It was Museum. So in Museums only we had a maths quiz. Science quizzes හැම එකේම තිබ්බ. Every school we had a science quiz, but only in Museums we had a maths quiz. So for that maths quiz, myself and like we were selected the 4 students who got highest for maths, combined maths in that term, and 4 of us were sent to that quiz. So we had this first round and we went through it, and then the second round there was 5 schools selected. Like Ananda and Royal, Visaka, Richmond, and Dharmaraj. These 5 were selected for the next round. So we got a paper. In that paper, like we were simplifying something else, and we ended up with the result 0 divided by 0. So කවුද 4 දෙනා අපේ ඉස්කෝලේ maths වලින් හොඳම ලකුණු ගත්ත 4 දෙනා හරිද? Including me, the top ones who scored marks were combined maths. The marks was like I got 100, another one was 98, 2 got 98, other one got 97. ඔහොම 4 දෙනෙක් තමයි ගියේ. You know what is the answer that we put? Level put attention එකත් එක්කනේ time is even going. We put the answer බිඳුවට කැප උත්තරය එකයි. So we gave the answer 0 divided by 0 is 1. Like a divided by a is equal to 1. That is wrong. Here, it's not defined. It's not defined, not because of the zero in the numerator, because of the zero in the denominator. So 0 divided by 0 is not defined. Okay. So here, division by 0 is not defined in maths. Okay, hands up if this one is clear. This. Okay, now you should understand what is the result here. Why did we ended up with this result? Okay, here, now tell me what is the mathematical operation behind cancelling these two? Cancelling, cutting කියලා mathematical operation නෑ නෑ කපනවා කියලා එකක් තියනවාද? No. So what we have here is division. So here, how did we cancel these two? We divide both sides by 4 minus 4. We divide both sides by 4 minus 4. And that's how I told you these two cancel off. 4 is equal to 5. But tell me, what is 4 minus 4? It's 0. So here I have divided this by 0, which is not defined in maths. So when you do something not defined, you get a not defined answers. When you do something not defined in maths, you get non-defined or undefined answers. තේරෙනවද? කරන්න එපා කිව්ව දෙයක් කරොත් එහෙම කොහොම හරි හම්බෙනවනේ ෂොට් එක. You get the consequences, no? If you do something that your parents are asking you not to do, you might do it like secretly or without their consent, or you might do it, but somehow you are getting the consequence. කොහොම හරි කැරකිලා එනවනේ. Same thing, if you do something that is not defined in maths, you will be ending up with non-defined answers. මේක නිසා තමයි 4 equals 5 කියලා you get it. Clear? Okay, in this case, in maths, so here, so I'll now explain what is the difference here. But again, you have cancelled this by A, no? Cancel means we have divided both sides by divided both sides by A. So when you are dividing both sides by A, that means you are assuming A is not equal to 0. So when you are dividing by A, you have assumed that A is not equal to 0. And that's why you are not getting the answer that A is equal to 0. One answer miss වෙන්න හේතුව ඒකයි. Because you have assumed that A is not equal to 0. But in this case, he hasn't divided by A. So that means he has considered he get this answer is equal to 0. අන්න ඒකයි වට මේ answer එක miss වෙන්න හේතුව. Same scenario. In this case, you have cancelled these two. You have cancelled these two. You have cancelled these two. So when you have cancelled these two, which means you have divided both sides by x plus 2. That means you have assumed that x plus 2 is not equal to 0. Clear? ඔයා මේක මෙහෙම කැපුවා කියන්නේ ඔයා assume කරලා ඉවරයි x plus 2 is not equal to 0. That's why you don't get that result. අරයට හම්බුනේ x plus 2 equals 0. ඔයාට ඒක හම්බෙන්නේ නැහැ because you have taken it out. Clear? So you have assumed that this is not equal to 0. So මෙතනින් එහා in A levels හොඳට මතක තියාගන්න, not like in O levels. In A levels, you can't cancel in this way. එහෙම කපන්න බෑ. You can't cancel. ඔයාට එහෙම කපන්න පුළුවන්. You can cancel this if they have given that it is not equal to 0, then you can cancel. Question එකේ දෙනවා නම් A is not equal to 0. If in the question they have given A is not equal to 0, then you can cancel. Then this is correct. But if they haven't given that A is equal to 0, you can't cancel. එක පැත්තකට අරගෙන you have to do in this way. Clear? So that is the summary of what I explained. මෙතනින් ඉස්සරහට මෙහෙම දෙපැත්ත දෙන්නේ cancel කරද්දී just check whether they have given this. If they have given this, then you can cancel. හිතන්න එපා කපලා දාන්න. But if they haven't given this, then you can't cancel it. Then you have to win this way. Okay, that is the reason, because division by 0 is not defined in maths. Okay, write in this way. Put in a red pen note, and in front of that using a black pen write. In a red pen write a note, and in a black pen write division by 0. Write this division by 0. Division by 0. Okay, then under that write in normal pen. In maths, in maths, in maths, the division by 0, in maths, the division by 0 is, write in a red pen, not defined. In maths, a division by 0 is not defined. Okay, then write these results, 0 divided by 1 is 0, 0 divided by 2 is 0, 1 divided by 0 not defined. When you have a division by 0, it's not defined in maths. Okay, okay, then write this, after writing these ones, write this. Therefore, when simplifying an equation, when simplifying an equation, if there are common terms, when simplifying an equation, if there are common terms, in both sides of the equation, it should be simplified. It should be simplified in the following manner. It should be simplified in the following manner. Okay. So in this way, so when we have the equation AB is equal to A, and let's say that given that they have given A is not equal to 0, they have given it. So when they have given that A is not equal to 0, then there is no any doubt. You can cancel this and you can write the only answer is B is equal to 1. Canceling means we can divide by A. But if they haven't given it, AB is equal to B, and they haven't given that A is not equal to 0. A is not equal to 0, not given. It's not given. If they haven't given it, then you can't cancel these two. What you have to do is you have to take this to one side. You have to take this to one side and then factorize and even take that as an answer. And take that as a ඕකේ නිකන් නැත්තම් අර ගොඩක් කිව්වම නිකන් බර වැඩි එන කම්ප්ලෙක්ස් වගේ නෑ. It's simple. This is the way you have to do it. Here after when you are cancelling, if they have given this you can do it. දීලා නැත්තම් you can't do it. You have to take this to one side and then you have to factorize and simplify. You have to factorize and simplify. Not given. Okay, then do this in the correct way. We were discussing about the 2024 question. Do it in the correct way. Start the 2005 question. Silence. The Katana Start 2005. Silence 2005. Silence Katana Otan. Katana Katagan Katia. Write the three equations. That one you can write. P1, P2 and P minus 1. ඒතුනල යන්න පුළුවන්. Simplify and get ABC. Not a hard one. Everyone should be able to do it. Okay, so what are the data that when divided by x plus 1, the remainder when divided by x plus 1, it has been given as 4. The remainder when divided by x minus 1, it has been given as 0. The remainder when divided by x minus 2, that's equal to 4. Okay, so when divided by x minus 1, the remainder is 0. So here then what I can write, if the remainder is 4, that means p minus 1 is equal to 4. And I can write p1 is equal to 0 and p2 is equal to 0. Okay, hence it is clear when p1 is equal to 0, it gives you an additional data. It gives you an additional data that x minus 1 is a factor. You got a additional data that x plus 1 is x minus 1 is a factor. Okay, then simplify, I'll consider p minus 1 is equal to 4. So when it is p minus 1 equal to 4, a into minus 1 cube, b into minus 1 plus c is equal to 4. Minus a minus b plus c is equal to 4. This is the first equation. And then consider p1 is equal to 0, which is a factor. So a into 1 cube, b into 1 plus c is equal to 0. A plus b plus c is equal to 0. So I'm getting 3 variables. That means I need 3 simultaneous equations. What is your third one? It's p2 is equal to 4. So what is p2? A into 2 cube, p into 2 plus c is equal to 4. 8a plus 2b plus c is equal to 4. Okay, so I have 3 simultaneous equations. So what is the normal procedure when we have 3 simultaneous equations? What is the normal procedure is that we need to reduce this system into 2 simultaneous equations with 2 variables. That is the normal one. But in this case, you might see if you add these 2 equations, minus a plus b, minus a and minus b cancel off, and you can directly find the value of c. So I admit normal approach. Normally, අපිට මේ වගේ simultaneous equations තුනක් තිබ්බොත් variables තුනක් එක්ක, what is my approach? I'll be reducing this into 2 simultaneous equations with 2 variables. Again, එක variable එක අයින් කරගන්නවා. But in this case, you might see if you add these two, if you add the first one and the second one, then you can easily find the value of c. So when you find one value, that means it's already done 4 plus 0. Okay, then I have 2c is equal to 4, which means c is equal to 2. So when you have 1, then you can easily have 2 other simultaneous equations. Then you can consider from the second one, a plus b plus c, c is 2 is equal to 0. The first equation is a plus b is equal to minus 2. This is equation number 4. Okay, now I got 2 simultaneous equations with 2 variables. Substitute to 3. 8a plus 2b plus c. c is 2 is equal to 4. 8a plus 2b is equal to 4 minus 2. Then it's 2. When you divide by 2, I'm getting 4a plus b is equal to 1. So now I have 2 simultaneous equations with 2 variables. Simplify that, get the values of a, b, c, and completely factorize px. You know one factor and completely factorize. Okay, do it. So normal method of simplifying 3 simultaneous equations is that you have to reduce this into a system of 2 simultaneous equations. Make a product venas because here you can easily find c. Okay, subtract 5 minus 4. A 5 minus 4, which gives you 4a plus b minus a plus b is equal to 1 minus minus 2. This is equal to 1 plus 2. B cancel off. 3a is equal to 3a is equal to 1. When a is equal to 1, from equation number 4, a plus b, 1 plus b is equal to minus 2. I get b minus 2 minus 1. B is equal to minus 3. Clear? So I get the answer that B is equal to minus. Hands up who got A equals 1, B equals minus 3, and C equals 2. Good. So then it is a factorization. Then you know what is PX. I can repeatedly say it. A is 1, B is minus 3, and I don't care who is it. Plus C is 2. When I'm talking with the mic, you can't talk. It's a disturbance. But when I'm just talking, if I continuously hear this noise, like, යාර මං කිව්වේ ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ කතා කරන සද්දේ මම ලොකුවට ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ. හැබැයි අර තියෙන අර මధుරව ළඟින් යද්දි මధుරව කෑවේ නැතත් වෙන වදයක්නේ. අර කනගාවින් යද්දි. අර ඒ වගේ තමයි. මට මෙතන when I'm just doing this x cube minus 3x ඒක අමාරුයි. Okay, so it's like a disturbance. Even to the class, it's a disturbance. So my mic එකෙන් කතා කරේ don't talk. එහෙම කතා කරන්න එපා. If I see you, like I'll probably react. Okay. මధුරට එන්න දේ තමයි වෙන්නේ ඊට පස්සේ. So then we have one factor. What is that factor? Ix minus 1 is a factor. If you know one linear factor, you can easily take the other factor, x squared, x and the constant. This is 1 should be 1. We need plus 2 to give plus 2. It's minus 1 into minus 2. And then when you compare, you can either compare x squared. If you compare x squared, you have to go with the coefficient is 0, or you can compare with x. So I'll compare with x. From x into minus 2, I have minus 2, and I need minus 3, which means I need an additional minus 1. So what is the other one which gives me x is minus 1 into this. So what is the coefficient I want? It's minus 1. That means this one should be minus 1 into plus 1. So again, you can factorize it. It's x minus 1. When you factorize this, it's x plus 2, x minus 1. We got two x minus 1s. So px can be kept as x plus 2 into x minus 1 squared. Px can be kept as x plus 2 into x minus 2 squared. Clear? So after taking the values a, b, c, you can factorize and keep it in this way. Yep. Okay, after completing, take a break. It's 4:20. Come by 4:30. Sorry, it's 5:20. Come by 5:35. Okay, write the topic. Common factors of silence. Write the topic. Common factors of polynomials. Silence, silence, I can repeat. වෙනම කියන්න ඕනේද? I can repeat. When I start talking from the mic, just be silent, that's all. පොඩි දෙයක්නේ. Factors of polynomials. Common factors of polynomials. Okay. So we say if two or more polynomials are having a similar factor, we call it as a common factor. So let's say there are two polynomials, fx and gx, and x minus a is a common factor of fx and gx. So we are having two polynomials, and they have given that there is a common factor for two polynomials as fx and sorry x minus a. So then I can separately say because x minus a is a factor of fx, then I can write fa is equal to 0, and it's even a factor of gx. It's even a factor of gx, which means I can consider that ga is equal to 0. Clear? So since x minus a is a factor for both fx and gx, I can write two equations, fa is equal to 0 and ga is equal to 0. Okay, so what is a common factor? When we are having a similar factor, when two or more polynomials are having a similar factor, then we say that it is a common factor. So if x minus a is a common factor to fx and gx, separately you can consider fa is equal to 0 and ga is equal to 0. Clear? Okay, write in this way, when when two or more polynomials are having a similar factor, when two or more polynomials are having a similar factor, it is known as a common factor. It is known as a common factor. Common factor. Okay, the next line, write this. If x minus a is a common factor of fx and gx, it's on the board. If x minus a is a common factor of fx and gx, then fa equals 0 and ga equals 0. Then fa equals 0 and ga equals 0. fa equals 0 and ga equals 0. Okay, underline that in a red pen, that fa equals 0 and ga equals 0 part. Okay. Now look at question number 17 in page number 4. If x minus 3 is a common factor for both expressions, find a and b. So first thing that you have to do, I'll explain this. First thing you have to do, name these polynomials. Fx is equal to x squared minus 2a plus 1 times x plus 2b. And then I'll take gx is equal to x squared minus a plus bx plus 5a. And what is the common factor? They have given that x minus 3 is a common factor. So what is the common factor? X minus 3 is a common factor. So when x minus 3 is a common factor, that means x minus 3 separately, it's a factor of fx and gx. Then you can consider, since it's a factor of fx, then I can consider f3 is equal to 0. Then I can consider that f3 is equal to 0. Clear? Okay, now simplify what is f3. It's 3 squared minus 2a plus 1x plus 2b is equal, and x is 3 here. So 9, when you multiply, minus 2a into 3 is minus 6a, minus 1 into 3 is minus 3. අර මේ වගේ simplifications වරද්ද ගන්න එපා ටිකක් අර වරදිනවා මේක අර minus එකත් එක්ක 3 මෙතන හිටියම පොඩ්ඩක් වරදිනවා. ඔක මාරු කරලා 3 මෙතන හිටියනම් then it is okay. But when I write 3 here, there might be a confusion. So like properly do it carefully. Minus 2a into 3 is minus 6a. Minus 1 into 3 is minus 3. A plus 2b is equal to 0. Then I have this is 6 minus 6a plus 2b is equal to 0. If I take this to this side, it's 6 is equal to 6a plus 2b. Here you can see there is a simplification. 1, 2 is here. 3 and 3. So what is the first equation? I get 3a plus b is equal to 3. Okay, I get one equation. 3a plus b is equal to 3. Correct. Okay, then again it is clear. Even g3 is 0 because even it's a factor to gx. g3 is even equal to 0. මේ කොළපාටින් ලිව්වහම පිටිපසට පේන. Can see? අවුලනේ. පරාජය පාට ගමන්නේ. තේරුණේ නැහැ නේ. ගමන්නේ. So g3 is equal to 0. Then 3 squared minus a plus b 3 plus 5a is equal to 0. Okay, okay. Answer silence. So 9 minus 3a minus 3b plus 5a. So what do I get here? It's 9 plus 2a minus 3b. You can take this here, which is equal to this. Okay, you got two simultaneous equations. Okay, solve equally, you can find a and b. Clear? So what I want you to understand, when it is a common factor, then you got two equations. F3 is equal 0 and G3 equals 0. Okay, hands up if this one is, you understood this? Good. Okay. Then Karan do this alone and do the simplification. Find A and B. Do the simplification and find A and B. Silence, silence. Qatar liyan do it alone. I have told you I don't want my class to be a class that students are talking and whatever, I don't care. Yeah, I don't want my class to be in that way. You might find such classes, but this one is not such a class. I need everyone's attention and work. Okay, then you can simplify these two. We have minus b minus b. Okay. So you can multiply this by 3. So when you multiply the first one by 3, do this alone, you get 6, 9a minus 3b is equal to 9. And then you have minus 3b, then I can subtract 3 minus 2, 9a minus 3b minus 2a minus 3b is equal to 9 minus minus 9. So 9a minus 3b minus 2a plus 3b is equal to 9 plus 9, which gives me 7a is equal to 18. I'm getting a fractional value. A is equal to 18 over 7. I told you by now you should get familiar with these fractional values. You are not getting integral values every time. So when a is equal to 18, you can take b. Let's substitute in this one a. So 3 into a is 18 over 7 minus b is 3. 54 minus 7 minus 3 is equal to b. If you multiply this by 3, it's 54 minus 21 over 7, which is equal to b. So I get the answer b is equal to 33 over 7. Clear? You're supposed to get these two answers, fractional answers. A is equal to 18 over 7 and B is equal to 33 over 7. Clear? Okay, do question number 18. Do the simplification by yourself. If there's anything that is unclear, you need to ask. Ask from me. Do the next question, question number 18. What is question number 18? These two expressions are having a common factor of x minus 2. Okay, first name them. It's I'll take at fx. It's x cube minus x squared minus 2px plus 2q, and let's take it as gx. It's qx cube minus px squared plus x plus 2. Okay, so what is the common factor here? X minus 2 is the common factor. So x minus 2 is a common factor. So when x minus 2 is a common factor, then I have two equations. F2 is equal to 0 and G2 is equal to 0. So F2, this is equal to 0. So substitute x equals 2, then I get 2 cube minus 2 square, 2p into 2 plus 2q is equal to 0. It's 8 minus 4 plus 2q is equal to 0. Okay, so here it's 4 minus 4p plus 2q. If you take this 4 to the other side, it's minus 4p plus 2q, which is equal to minus 4. Then you can simplify, cancel off 2. This is even 2. So I get minus 2p plus q is equal to minus 2. Silence, silence. So I get minus 2p plus q is equal to minus q. And then G2 is equal to 0 because even that is a common factor. So G2 is even equal to 0. Okay. Okay, since G2 is even equal to 0, then I have Q 2 cube plus 2 is equal to 0. 8q minus 4p plus 4 is equal to 0. Which gives you 8q minus 4p is equal to minus 4. Again, there's a common one here. It's can cancel by 4, which gives me another equation. 2q minus p is equal to minus 1. So think how you can simplify. You got 2q, you can multiply this by 2, no? So when you multiply this by 2, the make again, you can do it simultaneous equations. Minus 4p plus 2q is equal to minus 4. So then you can get the answer when you subtract. I'll go with 2 minus 3 because then you can see 2q cancel off. 2q minus p minus silence minus 4p plus 2q is equal to minus 1 minus minus 4, which gives you minus p plus 4p minus 2q. This one, these two cancel off. 3p is equal to 3 and p is equal to 1. So I get one answer that p is equal to 1. And when you substitute that in here from the first equation, you can write Minus 2 into 1 plus q is equal to minus 2. Yeah. So I get minus 2 plus q is equal to minus 2. When you take minus 2 here, it's minus 2 plus 2, which is equal to 0. What is the two answers I'm getting? 1 is p equals 1 and q is equal to 0. Okay, hands up who got p equals 1, q equals 0. You got it? No? Okay, good. I'll give you 1 minute, complete the work. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, write the topic application of, write the topic application of division algorithm. Application of division algorithm. Application of division algorithm. Okay. Okay, the next thing I'll tell this at the before ending the class because අන්තිමට කිව්වොත් ඒ video ඔළුවට යන්නේ නැහැ. So next week is Poson. I'm saying Poson. But even last, I think silence. 3 weeks back, Tuesday was set to na Vesak. Even so that is a holiday. Normally Vesak Poson වලට සාමාන්‍ය institutes වහනවා. කියන්නේ හැම පොයටම බැලුවොත් 12කට වහනවානේ. එහෙම මන සමහර අර ප්‍රධාන පොය තුන කියලා කියන්නේ වෙසක් පොසොන් ඇසල වලටත් එකපාරක් නැවත. ඒ COKM not even COKM every institute is closed as a policy. But there is issue like then you got a holiday on Vesak and then if I give you a holiday on Poson මටත් lazy Poson නේ කොහමත් institute එක වහලා නැහැ we can have holiday කියලා දාන්න මට ඇත්තටම lazy. But the thing is, like when it happens, I'm taking my single medium classes and English medium classes in parallel. Because at the end, whenever you are having exams, you are having on the same dates and you'll be having the same paper, Single and English translation. So in the single medium class, we'll be finishing polynomials this week and then we'll be starting the new lessons next week. And at the end of this month, not at the end, not the end, in the third week. So after completing polynomials, I'll be doing an additional online session to do more problems. Like to this class, when I'm online session, polynomials, mix exercises. I do it like at the end of every unit after like 2 weeks I'll do and I do like after completing completing all the theories and completing the lessons I'll be doing an additional session additional session එකක් හරි ඒ කියන්නේ ඒකේ මුකුත් ඒ session එකේ theories මුකුත් උගන්වන්න එහෙම එකක් නැහැ. We don't cover any theories because theories have been 100% covered in physical in the theory class. To do more problems, to more questions, I do this online session. So after doing that online session, then you will be having this polynomials unit test. So you know that is the structure of the class. So we are working. If you're not ready to take that, then you won't be able to do it. So at the end of every unit, I'll be having a unit test. So polynomials unit test we'll be having in the third week of June. So that one I have to have parallel with the single medium class. So I need to cover the syllabus within the same time frame. So like you got a holiday for Vesak and even you got if you are supposed to get a holiday for Poson, and then it causes like the single medium class like 2 weeks addition. 2 weeks is it's hard. So I'm maintaining that in parallel throughout these 2 years. A reason hinda I'll be doing an online class next Tuesday. In the morning. In the morning at 8:30 to 12:30, I'll be doing an additional online class. AK, I'll be finishing this polynomials lesson. So we have to take that. මගේ පැත්තෙන් ඉතින් මටත් ලේසි මං කෝ පොසොන් නිවාඩිය හොඳට ඉන්න පුළුවන් කොහේ හරි යන්න පුළුවන්. and මාත් හොඳ බෞද්ධෙක්. මම දන්නවා මෙතන කවුරුත් ගිහිලා සීල් ගන්න නැහැ. බොරු කියන්න ඕන මූණ බැලුවම කියන්න පුළුවන් සීල් ගන්නවද නැද්ද කියලා. Okay, so that doesn't happen. ඒ නිසා මං උදේ අර online class එක කරනවා 8:30 to 12:30. ඒකට අනිවාර්යයෙන් වෙන්න ඕනේ that will be counted as a class. හරිද? ඒ කියන්නේ ඔයගොල්ලෝගේ කියන්නේ අපි අද ඉවර කරන්න නැති සමහර pass papers ඒකේ silence pass papers questions 5කට වඩා කරනවා. කතා නැත්. හරි. ඒතර ඒකේ pass papers questions 5කට වඩා අපි ඒක discuss කරනවා. ඒතර ඒක මේ අද වගේම දවසක් විදිහට ඒක අර මම කිව්ව online additional class එක නෙමෙයි. It is not the online additional class that I'll be doing to do more questions. No, that is the last day of polynomials. So polynomials day 5, will be this online class. So you are supposed to join it in case wasil gannawa nan oh gedara daane hari mona hari tinawa na you won't be able to join online. That's okay. I'll be uploading the recording, but make sure that you watch the recording. Clear? So next Tuesday we are doing that online class. ඕගොල්ලන් හොඳට මම ගේ නම් දෙන්න මටත් ලේසි. අවුලක් නැහැ. මේ නිවාඩුවක් දාන්න කියලා මටත් ලේසි. But I don't want that. I don't want to do that. So next week you're having the classes in the morning, 8:30 to 12:30. I'll share the Zoom link in the group. Clear? Okay. So here we are talking about the division algorithm. Okay, now read this question. Question number 20. Read the question. Just read the question. Don't write anything. Just read the question. Okay, so if I take fx as this, okay, now listen. Then so they have given that x squared minus 4. So they have given that x squared minus 4 is a factor. Okay, x squared minus 4 is a factor. Now listen this. What is the factor that they have given? X squared minus 4. Now tell me, is x squared minus 4, is it a linear factor? Linear factor? Is it a linear? No, it's not a linear factor. Because if it is a linear factor, the degree should be 1. If it is a linear factor, the degree should be 1. So this is not linear. So when it is not linear, make a linear factor. When it is not linear, tell me, can we use remainder theorem or factor theorem? No, you can't use. Okay, remainder theorem and factor theorem can be only used if it is a linear factor or linear device. So that is clear. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to write this using the division algorithm. I want to write this using the division algorithm. So how can I write this? Fx, x squared minus 4 is a factor of fx. No. Then if I apply the division algorithm here, I can write this as fx is equal to 1 factor into the other factor. No. So fx is equal, if I have 1 factor, then I can write it as fx is equal to this factor into the other factor. No. So I'm writing the other factor. I don't know that factor. I'm just writing it as gx. So here it's like the dividend. Here it's the divisor quotient, but there is no any remainder. Tell me, why am I not writing a remainder? Why am I not writing a remainder? Because this is a factor. Because this is a factor, I'm not writing a remainder. Clear? So this is what I have written, the division algorithm. Okay, this is the division algorithm. We have 1 factor. So fx can be written as a product of the factors. So I can write it as gx into x squared minus 4. Clear? Okay, hands up if this step is clear. Good. Okay, now if I write fx, what is fx? 2x4 minus 5x cube ax squared plus bx plus 7 is equal to gx times, I can factorize this, difference of 2 squares, x minus 2 and x plus 2. Clear? X minus 2 and x plus 2. Okay, now tell me, how many unknown terms you can see in this equation? How many unknown terms you can see in this equation? Unknown terms kya thi na? Hands up if you are telling 2. Hands up if you are telling 3. Okay, what are the 3? A, B and x is not unknown term. X is the variable. X is the variable. X is not, you can't find x. Does the question give you like find x? No, x is a variable. So what are the unknown terms? A, B and G. A and B and G. So why did G become an unknown term? Because I'm the one who brought gx to the problem. Prashne gx kenek hitiye naha. I'm the one who brought him. So I'm the one who brought gx. So I need to find A and B. No, I need to find A and B. So I even talked about this when we were doing this proof of remainder theorem. I only want to find A and B. Maton A and B vitarai. So I want to take out this gx. Because gx can unwanted kenek, unnecessary kenek. But I told you, I don't know anything about gx. So when I don't know anything about gx, you can't just simply take it out. So can you remember the example I gave you when one of your friends is in a fight with someone else, with a stranger? If you want to stop the fight, what will you do? You will stop your friend. What a වලිය නවත්තන්න ඕන නම් යාළුවව නවත්තන්නේ. We don't go and stop the stranger. No, we don't know about the stranger. ඌව නවත්තන්න කියලා නිකන් කුටි කෑවොත් එහෙම. අපි දන්නේ උඹ කවුද කියලා අහලා දන්නේ නැහැ. So what we do is we are stopping the stranger, not the stranger, my friend. So when I want to stop something, and when we have a known party and an unknown party there, I'm just dealing with the known party. And you want to take out this gx, but you don't know about gx. That is okay. You want to take this out, but you can't take this out, but you can take this out. No? So taking this out. මම taking this out කියලා mean කරන්නේ මේක මොකක් කරනවා කියලාද? Taking this out කියලා කියන්නේ මේක මකනවා කියන එක. ටිබෙක්ස් කරනවද නැහැ? මොකක් කරනවා කියලාද? Making this 0. Making this 0. So you want to take this out, but you don't know anything about this. That doesn't matter. You can make this 0. So how can you make this 0? By substituting x equals 2. Clear? So I want to take this out, but I'm not working with him. I'm working with the one who is along with him. So then put x equals 2. I put x equals 2. And then I have 2 into 2 to the power 4. 2 cube. A into 2 squared. B into 2 plus 7. G2, 2 minus 2. 2 plus 2. So I don't know anything about G2. That doesn't matter. Because 2 minus 2 will anyway become 0. It will anyway become 0. And now simplify. 2 into 16, 5 into 8, plus 4a, 2b, plus 7 is equal to 0. When you add this, 32 minus 40 is minus 8. Minus 8 plus 7 is minus 1. So I get one simultaneous equation. It's 1, no? Minus 1. When you simplify it, you get minus 1. So I get one simultaneous equation. That 4a plus 2b is equal to 1. I get one simultaneous equation. 4a plus 2b is equal to 1. Okay, I got one. You know you have two unknown terms. Then you want another simultaneous equation. Now tell me, how can you take another simultaneous equation? The same one, you have to take out gx. So what did I do here? I made this 0. Again, I can make this 0 by substituting x equals minus 2. Okay, do this and find a and b. Okay, first write this. Write it this way. As mentioned before, remainder theorem and factor theorem can be only used for linear factors and divisors. Can be only used for linear factors and divisors. If the factor or divisor is not linear, we can approach the question using division algorithm. We can approach the question using division algorithm. Okay. Then do question number, we are talking about question number 20. So since x squared minus 4 is a factor and it is non-linear. This is non-linear, which means I can't apply factor theorem or remainder theorem. I can't apply factor theorem or remainder theorem. Do the next one. Substitute x equals minus 2. Get another equation and solve a and b. So when x equals minus 2, substitute x equals minus 2, 2 into minus 2 to the power 4 minus 5 into minus 2, 3 plus a into minus 2 squared plus b into minus 2 plus 7. This is equal to g minus 2 minus 2 minus 2 and minus 2 plus 2. So it's okay that we don't know g minus 2 because anyways this becomes 0. Okay, now when you simplify 2 into 16 minus 5 into minus 8 plus 4a minus 2b plus 7 is equal to 0. So it's 32 plus 40 plus 7. 4a minus 2b is equal to 0. This gives you 72 and 79 plus 4a minus 2b is equal to 0. So there's the other simultaneous equation that 4a minus 2b is equal to minus 79. So here's the other simultaneous equation. 4a minus 2b is equal to minus 79. So then you can simplify these. When you simply add these two, you get 4a plus 2b plus 4a minus 2b is equal to 1 minus 79. 8a is equal to minus 78. A is equal to minus 78 over 8. Okay, so when you simplify, there are 39 twos and 4 twos. So what is the answer is equal to minus 39 over 4. Clear? So if you do the simplification properly, you should get a is equal to minus 39 into 4. And then find b using any of these equations. If I go with equation number 1, for a is minus 39 into 4, plus 2b is equal to 1. A minus 39 plus 2b is equal to 1 and 2b is equal to 1 plus 39. A 2b is equal to 40, so b is equal to 20. Okay, so here now these are normal values or fractional values. When you get these values, you don't have to worry. It's quite normal in A level. So a is equal to minus 39 over 4, b is equal to 20. Okay. Okay, then write this as a note, something that we can use inside this question. Write this as a note. Look at this. The phone should be silent. Okay. So if I write the products of, listen, huh? Okay. So if I write the products of 6 or multiples of 6, you can write 6, 12, 18, 24, 30. Okay. So these are the multiples of 6, which means 6 is a factor of these numbers. 6 is a factor of these numbers. We want to connect 6 is a factor. So how can you determine whether it is a factor? if it is divisible by 6, then it is a factor. So the 6 is a factor of this. 6 is a factor. Now, you know that we can write 6 as 2 into 3. 6 can be written as 2 into 3. No? Okay. Now, if you look at this, every value that is divisible by 6, හයෙන් බෙදන්න පුළුවන් හැම එකෙනෙක්ම you can even divide by 2. No? You can even divide by 2. So if tell me, if you can divide all these numbers by 2, then 2 is even a factor of these numbers. So I have written the products or multiples of 6. And 6 can be written as 2 into 3. Which means 2 is also a factor of these numbers. Now what can you say about 3? You can even divide all these numbers by 3, you know. Which means 3 is even a 3. Tell me, 3 is even a factor. I'll take another example. If I take, write the multiples of 8, 16, 24, 32. All these are divisible by 8. So we say that 8 is a factor. 8 is a factor. Listen. 8 is a factor. 8 can be written as 2 into 4. 8 can be written as 2 into 4. And now we can say each of these numbers are divided by 2, which means 2 is even a factor. Is divided by 4, that means 4 is even a factor. So then you can see a connection here. If 6 is a number, if 6 is a factor of someone, 6 can be written as 2 into 3, which means 2 is also a factor of it, and 3 is also a factor of it. If 8 is a factor of someone, then 2 is also a factor, 4 is even a factor. Clear? Now in general, no sleepy faces, killing, listen. Back straight. පස්සේ ඇති පොඩ්ඩක් නැවෙන අමාරුයි එතකොට. දැන් ඉන්න ඔබ. Okay, now tell me, in general, when A into B is a factor, tell me, when A into B is a factor, what can you say? A into B is a factor. What can you say? Separately, A is a factor and B is a factor. Because if you know the product is a factor, high can a factor 2 into 3, 2 is a factor, 3 is a factor. If 8 is a factor, 2 into 4, that means 2 is a factor and 4 is a factor. So you can say if A into B is a factor of someone, then both A and B are factors. Both A and B are factors. You can say both A and B are factors. Clear? So it is valid for anything. When we have a product is a factor of someone, then both A and B are factors. Hands up if you understood that. Okay, so write this as a note. Let's consider the multiples of 6. Let's consider the multiples of 6. Let's consider the multiples of 6. And then write those. The 6, 12, 18, 24, and 30. Okay. Then after that, write this. 6 is a factor of these numbers. Write this. 6 is a factor of these numbers. 6 is a factor of these numbers. Same line. Since 6 can be written as 2 into 3, 2 cross 3, 2 into 3. Write in a red pen, both 2 and 3 are even factors even factors of these numbers. Even factors of these numbers. Okay, normal pen, next line. Next line. In general, in general, if write in this way, if A into B, if A into B, write in this way, A into B is a factor, if A into B is a factor, then write in a red pen, A and B are factors. Then A and B are factors. A and B are factors. Okay. Okay, so how can I apply that thing inside this question? Okay. Okay, now look at this. Look at the board. So x squared minus 4 is a factor. No? X squared minus 4 is a factor. So I know x squared minus 4 can be written as x minus 2 and x plus 2. So what did we just learn? If we have a product as a factor, A into B is a factor, then separately the two terms are factors. No? So if you apply this in here, now tell me, if x squared minus 4 is a factor, that means x minus 2, x plus 2 is a factor. This product is a factor. So what can you say separately? What can you say? Both x minus 2 is a factor and x plus 2 is a factor. Okay, then you can say, since we have this product, okay, x minus 2 is a factor. So this is a linear factor. You can apply factor theorem. And x plus 2 is a factor. You can say that x minus 2 is a factor and x plus 2 is a factor. So when you have x minus 2 is a factor, you can directly write f2 equals 0. If you know x plus 2 is a factor, then you can write f minus 2 is equal to 0. Sorry. So then you can consider these two. You are getting the same equation. You are getting the same equation. If you look at the first equation that you got, අපේ කලින් කරපු එකේ division algorithm එකේ first equation එක බලන්නකො what happened? When you put x equals 2, what happened to the right hand side? When you put x equals 2, what happens to the right hand side? It becomes 0. So same thing, when you put x equals 2, f2 is equal to 0. Same equation. Same equation, getting it in a different way. So when you have this product, you can separately say, okay, then x minus 2 is a factor and x plus 2 is a factor. Clear? Okay, then write this. X squared minus 4 is a factor. Then x minus 2, x plus 2 is a factor, which means separately you can say that these two are factors. Okay, so you can even solve this question in this way without using a division algorithm. You can do that. But using the division algorithm is a general way, but this one you can do. Okay, do question number 21. You can use any ways. You can use the convenient way, so it's up to you. Question number 21. Silence, silence. Question number 21. You can use any method. Either you can use division algorithm or this one, what we just learned. I need everyone to answer, get this A and B. Same thing, you can either use the first one, division algorithm, or you can use this method that what we figure out when a product is a factor. Separately, each term is a factor. Okay, so x squared minus x minus 2 is a factor which is non-linear. But when you factorize it, you get x minus 2 and x plus 1. So when x minus 2 and x plus 1, the product is a factor, you can say separately that x minus 2 is a factor. Can say separately x minus 2 is a factor and x plus 1 is a factor. Okay, you can separately say that x minus 2 is a factor. Okay, then from here, it's f2 is equal to 0 and f minus 1 is equal to 0. So to do the simplification alone, I won't be simplifying this. I'll just give you the answers. I need everyone to take that answers. And there's an additional part, find the quotient. So use the quotient. So use long division and find the quotient. So find A and B. I won't simplify. I need you to simplify. Everyone should get this proper A and B. A should be equal to minus 6. B should be equal to minus 4. Check whether you have got those answers. A should be equal to minus 6 and B should be equal to minus 4. There's an additional part, find the quotient. So divide this fx for that AB values by x squared minus x minus 2 and find the quotient. A equals minus 4 and B equals A equals minus 6, B equals minus 4. Check whether you have got those answers. Okay, simplify it. I won't be simplifying because I did every question today. And then you will be getting that A is equal to minus 6 and B is equal to minus 4. Okay. And there is an additional, hands up who got A equals minus 6, B equals minus 4. Good. So there's an additional part, find the quotient. So when this fx is divided by these two values, when this fx is divided by these two values, find the quotient. A is minus 6x cube plus 2x minus 4. Okay, divide this by x squared minus x minus 2. X to the power 5 divided by this is x cubed. Do this carefully because it's 3 terms. X5, x4 minus 2x cube. 1 minus minus 1 is 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So 2x to the power 4. Minus 6 minus minus 2 is plus 2. It's minus 4. This comes down in this way. 2x4 divided by x squared is 2x squared. When you multiply, it's 2x4 minus 2x cubed minus 4x squared. So these two cancel off. Minus 4 minus minus 2 is plus 2. Minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2x cubed. And here you can see there is an isolated x squared because in the upper line there's no any x squared. So what happens here? It's 0 minus minus 4. 0 minus minus 4 becomes plus 4x squared. These two comes down. Minus 2x cubed divided by x squared is minus 2x. So So when you multiply minus 2x cube plus 4x, sorry, plus 2x squared plus 4x. Okay. 4x squared minus this is 2x squared minus 2x squared minus 4. If you divide this by this, it's 2 when you multiply 2x squared minus 2x minus 4. So if your division is correct, you are supposed to get 0. Because why does this become 0? You have divided by a factor. Clear? When you are divided by a factor, if your division is correct, you are supposed to get 0. What is the question that they are asking? Quotient. Are they asking the quotient? It's equal to x cube 2x squared minus 2x plus 2. Quotient x cube 2x squared minus 2x plus 2. This becomes 0. Clear? Okay. So every time when you divide by a factor, make sure your remainder should be equal to 0. When you divide by a factor, your remainder should be 0. So that is the way that you can check your division. Okay. Okay, complete the work. Okay. Okay, now silence. Okay, 1 minute. So, okay, so next week, as I mentioned before, I'll be doing this online session and I'll be uploading the Zoom link to the group. So if you haven't joined this Telegram group yet, even though you're a physical student, join this Telegram group. And if you haven't like joined the Telegram group, send a WhatsApp message to this number asking for the 2027 English. I have been repeating this for like every week. Silence. Huh? Send him a WhatsApp message mentioning like asking for the 2027 English medium Telegram group link. Okay. And you have to get added to the group because I'll be uploading the Zoom link of next week class at 8:30 to 12:30 Posondavase. We are having classes and we'll be doing polynomials day 5. Okay. And then week after, like today is the 3rd, then 10th and 17th, I'll be starting the new units. It's inequalities and numbers, where we discuss about real numbers and the starting of inequalities. Clear? Okay, newcomers, just stay after the class. Others can go. We are done for today. You can go home safe.